So welcome to Handson with Jota. Today we're going to take a look into Typescript. So the idea is the following: to take a look into this guy to see what's the offering. Typescript, the idea is the following. Basically, it's going to let you define some of the different types for a certain JavaScript file. So what's going to happen there is the following: you're going to have the chance to verify that whatever you're going to be running as a function is going to have a signature, because every single function has a signature and has a body. So the idea with TypeScript is that you're going to be able to define some of these different signatures with the types that you need. So the next developer is going to be able to know which are the different types that this signature of your function are going to is going to be working with. So let's go for an example so we can understand a bit more of what we are talking about, right? So you see that in this case I'm going for Visual Code just because of several reasons. When you work with TypeScript, in many cases it's good to go for some sort of IDE. I feel myself comfortable working with Visual Code in many cases, so let's go for it. Let's take a look. So I'm going to touch index.js. I'm going to remove index.js. I'm going to touch index.ts. We have here this guy. So we're going to create here something pretty much straightforward. We're going to say, for example, a small example. And this small example is going to be just to give you an idea of what these guys are trying to offer for you. Class calculator. Right? Class does not count like this, counts like this. I'm going to say now sum, just as a calculator that sums values, right? So it's going to take A as a number, B as a number, and then we say const calc, and we create a new instance of the calculator. And now we write the following: calc dot, and there is the signature of the method. And then now that you are going to have the sum of two values, A and B, which are actually numbers, right? And you can even know it more. You can say, okay, the return of this value is going to be a number. So 1 plus 2, and then you're going to get the result. Let's say that we put here A, and you see it is going to complain to you. It's going to say, hey, this should be not a string, it should be a number. So as you see, this is going to help any other person that's going to be working with this, because it's going to let that person know that this is in compile time. This is not going to be working for this person, right? So now you can say console log of the result. We save it. Now we're going to say npx and there is the index, and there's the 3. The way it looks like this index is the following. So you see, it is actually making a translation that goes from the TS file into this index.js, and it's making this calculator, which is going to be, as we saw in some of the other talks, this is going to be a function that's going to have a certain prototype, going to have the sum, and this is going to be wrapped inside of a module pattern. And then it's going to make the new calculator that's going to contain the sum of the two values and then the console log of this result. So this is going to be your class, or the class definition for index.js, transpiled into ECMA file, I believe this is ECMA 5 all the way. So this is going to be very portable for different kind of Node.js engines. If you have, you're going to have the chance to write some of the latest trends with your TypeScript and transport this TypeScript into different JavaScript files that are going to be for the Node engine that you're going to be supporting. For example, it's going to be supporting for ECMA 5, ECMA, whatever you want to have there, right? So that's the idea, that you write in the way that you want, and then it's going to give you back the result that you need. Okay, this is something else. Okay, this is something else in regards to it's in relation to the visual code. Anyway, this is what you get right now in regards to this guy. It allows you to know how to work with these different signatures. The idea is the following, just to take into account. This is going to be working in compile time, not in runtime. If you want to work with runtime, you need to do other things, or you need to use other kind of things, right? It's just documentation at the moment. Maybe in the future it's going to be working a bit more with a native types constraints and just verifying that the types are correct. But this is just a guidance for the developers that comes afterwards to know what they're going to be using, which are the types that they're going to be needing to use for each signature. And when you have the use case for this is when you have, for example, several developers and they need to know how to work with a certain software, right? So you can write this class calculator, and you can also write, if you want to, for example, interfaces, and these interfaces are going to be the ones that are going to be implemented here by this class. So you can also define your own interfaces. The idea is the following: you're going to be able to provide some of these interfaces and some of this documentation to anyone that wants to consume you. Even if it is a library that you're using you're giving to someone else, then that library is going to have all the different types that you're going to need for explaining to how you're exposing to that person, right? For example, in this case, I'm to be exposing myself with a calculator that has the method zoom, so someone else is going to know how to use this calculator with this operation, right? Because it will know that it has a certain signature of a number and another number which is going to be b. So if he wants to keep on adding more numbers, it's going to say no, I'm not going to give you more, because that's not going to work with me. And that's the idea of this guy, right? You're going to be able to provide some different values there. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope that you enjoyed the video of today, and if you did so, just give it a like and subscribe to the channel. I believe it is a very good thing to use if you're going to be working with a team which is going to be pretty much big team, and you need to have some sort of documentation that provides a little bit of these constraints to the person to, before going ahead with something else, is going to yell at him saying, oh, you cannot use this because there is a type definition that says that you should use this. Then you have to apply for this particular signature, right? So this has a huge community out there. It's working with a lot of different persons that provides types for different libraries, even Express, Joy, a lot of different libraries out there that we already saw. They already have TypeScript all of the way. You just go for definitely typed or any other type definition that you find out there, and it's going to give you what is going to be the signature for the different methods of some of the different libraries. So all the best, and keep on going. It's pretty much fun to do these kind of things. Have a good one. Till next time.